All right, everybody, welcome to NorCal Sports Network. And this is the same hat that Brock Purdy's dad wears. Chat loves it when Marty Lurie comes on.
Anytime you lose a game this time of year, when you can't go backwards, it's a problem.
All right, everybody, welcome on in to NorCal Sports Network. And as promised, we have Casey Schmitt joining us from the San Francisco Giants. Should be a good one tonight. We're going to get into a lot of questions about the upcoming season, and we're going to start right now. And this show is sponsored by Chapman Law Group. If you have any legal needs, give Chapman Law Group a call, and they will be happy to help you. Their description is also in the chat, but they're located in Marin, 415-613-9483. Give Chapman Law Group a call. All right, Casey, thanks for joining the show. How you been?
Doing good. Just starting the off season. Been feeling good though. Having fun.
Yeah, you today. You said you started hitting for the first time.
Yeah, today's my first day hitting, but I've been lifting and doing my conditioning and taking ground balls a little earlier this year as well. So
yeah, you look a little beefed up in the shoulders there. You have you added some muscle or
the way I'm sitting.
You're sitting okay.
A little bit, yeah. I've been hitting
a little bit.
Yeah.
And you're gonna head over to the to Papago in December.
Yeah, December. Gonna head over there right when December hits. Gonna start working out, doing my stuff.
Nice. Maybe I'll. I'm only 35 minutes from Papago, maybe 40.
Oh, perfect. You're right there.
Yeah, I'll come down and if I'm allowed to get in, I don't know if the guards will let me through.
I think you'll be all right.
But you're gonna work out at the Papago, just straight at the Papago fields.
Yeah. I'm gonna do. It's an amazing setup there. So they have everything you need there. So, yeah,
it's a first class place.
Yeah, it's amazing there. Just all the cages, the fields, the food, everything's just so great there.
Yeah. Now, are the coaches are not allowed to be down there during the off season? Or are they? I don't know how that works.
I'm not sure. I think they're allowed to, but I can't.
Oh, okay.
Can't say for sure. I don't really remember.
A lot of guys even live in Arizona though too, don't they? Some of in the off season, a lot of players.
Yeah, I think that's probably just like home base. It's just a good area to be in. Just you're there and you're close to like spring training and stuff.
Yeah, and the weather, you can't beat the weather this time of year.
I mean, like my home base is out there as well. So yeah, I love it out there.
That's awesome. So Chapman's re-signed 6 years, and so your natural position being third base is now, pretty much taken with Chapman there. But what's the plan or the hopes that you are looking to do for 25?
Just kind of get in there any way I can.
I think second base is a great spot for you.
Yeah, I've been doing a majority of my work right now over there, just trying to get comfortable over there. But it's feeling good, and I really enjoy playing second too, because it's just a little different. But just turning the double plays is probably the main thing for me to key on.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I like second. I think it's awesome. So however I'm able to get out on the field, that's the route I want to take.
I definitely think that'd be an advantage for you, because you probably would have the strongest arm of any second baseman in the league if you are over there turning that double play. But
yeah.
Had you played a lot of second prior to? I know they started kind of working you there a little bit in Sacramento last season or 2023. Had you played much second prior to that, or?
No, last 2023 was my first. Yeah, it was my first time playing second. Yeah, it was always third and short, kind of mixing between those a little bit. But yeah, I think that was just the idea, so I can get in the games more, and just so I had like that versatility. So yeah, I mean, I really enjoy it. I really enjoy playing second. I think it's a really fun position to play.
Nice.
Yeah, I would think. I mean, I played second base growing up, and then played center field and some shortstop. And I did play third a little bit. They stuck me at third in Babe Ruth ball, and I hated it because the sun. We played at 6:00 at night, and the sun sat right down the third baseline.
Oh
And
God.
I was like, it was like eye level around the third inning, fourth, it's just like it was bad. And I was like, I'm only 90 feet from you guys here, and I can't even see them. But even without the sun, it is, I mean, it gets on you like bam. And at
Yeah.
second base, I got to think it's so different, isn't it? I mean, you're like another 40 feet past the play.
Yeah, it's definitely different. I think for me, being on the other side of the diamonds, it's a little awkward. Like it feels like the foots are. I just gotta be like, I gotta do things backwards, like when fielding, kind of thought. Like plays, like I want to be moving, to my right rather than double plays when you're at, third or short. You're moving, everything's going to your left. So that was just the big thing that I had to make sure I was on top of, to kind of do, just because it's just so different.
Yeah, we were talking to Casey about that just before we came on. Yeah. His ability to swipe at the tag and pick it in the dirt, balls that are short hop and pick it and in one motion. I mean, that is really a gift, because not too many people are able to just, pick it and then in the same motion get the tag. That saw a few plays like that last year on throws on steals that you were able to do that. Is that just come naturally to you, or do you practice a lot of just picking balls?
Yeah, I work on it. I work on the tags, once or twice a week, just to make sure I'm sharp on those skills. But yeah, it's something I take a lot of pride in my defense, and want to make sure that I'm just locked in on every single thing. So that's definitely one of my favorite things, as well as the tag plays at second.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Such an underrated skill.
It really is. It really is. Now, when you're in the World Series, did you watch any of the World Series?
Yeah, I was watching it.
Okay, yeah. How about that fifth inning when the Yankees imploded? The one play that went to Volpe at short, where he went in the hole, and then he tried to get Hernandez, the lead runner, at third on a force out, and he threw it in the dirt, and bases were loaded. I was thinking, because Chisholm was playing third. He's not a natural third base. He came up as a second baseman, then he played center field mostly for the Marlins. Do you think that would have been different had a natural third baseman been there, been on the bag, and given him a target? Because I noticed he never gave him a target to throw to. And so Volpe just kind of threw to the bag instead of to the glove. Aren't you taught to take the corner of the bag, get your glove out and hold it out so he can see where to throw the ball when a runner's kind of coming in and he's blocked by, he can't see you because of the runner?
Yes, I'm trying to picture the play in my head. I think I don't know. I think that's just a play that, I don't know. It just happened. You're just trying to get an out there, but I mean,
yeah, it just didn't look like the Chisholm gave him a clear target to throw to, so he just threw to the bag, not really. And I think
to lead him kind of there.
Yeah, it looked like he could have stretched out more and put his glove out so he could, hey, put it right here. And I don't know. It's just one of the things I noticed that seemed like the little things of baseball that get, cause you to lose games and things like that. But what'd you think of that World Series as you were watching it?
It was pretty crazy. It was definitely fun to watch. And I really, for me, I love watching baseball, no matter who's playing. But it was fun to watch. I always make sure I watch the World Series, just because that's what you strive for. You want to play in those games, and you want to be on that kind of stage playing, and playing for it all. So I mean, I always love watching it.
Yeah, yeah. So what is as you go into this off season, you've been working hard, ready to get ready and everything. What is the do you have goals that you set for, like, obviously you want to start and have an everyday position, but do you set numbers in your mind at all? Like, I want to hit this average at so many home runs, RBIs, anything like that?
Yeah, so I do it every year. I was taught this by one of my coaches, Lenny Sakata in San Jose. I write down my goals that I want to do for the year. Like, I want to hit 320. I want to have over 20 homers. I want to have over 100 RBIs and 20 steals or something like that. And then I put it in an envelope and I put it next to my bed. And then after the season's over, then I come and see how close I got and what did I do, and just things like that. And like, all right, like, when I want to go glove, I want to make an all-star team, just stuff like that on the stuff. And just for me, just to see how close I get, and just so I can just go out on the season and just play and not worry about it.
That's great.
Awesome.
That's great. Cody, you got anything in your?
Yeah. Well, so I see a couple people ask this, or a couple in the chat. I know Lou asked how you feel Sacramento is going to play.
Oh yeah, let me put that up there
for as a major league park, since with the A's going over there. And then I have one more after that.
I mean, I'm not sure. I know it's going to be hot, so we'll see what happens there. But I heard that they're putting turf, or maybe not. I'm not sure. I'm not sure exactly what.
I think they were planning on putting turf, and then they've changed their mind. I've heard recently they're going to go with all grass. Keep it.
Decided they didn't want to melt everyone's feet.
Yeah. Well,
they were
I think coconut turf, is that a thing?
Something where they were going to put some cooling agent underneath it or something like that. Yeah.
Thing underneath. I don't know. I don't know.
Dan says real grass, not turf. Yeah, that's what they're going to do now. Yeah. So I guess the idea of turf was to keep it from getting chewed up with the River Cats and the A's playing on the same field.
Yeah, having two teams playing makes
sense.
So your time in Sacramento last year, when you first started off, I think you had like over 30 RBIs in 30 games or something like that. And I was like, get him up here.
Well, I mean, I think I struggled my first month of down there. I struggled the whole time. Yeah, I don't know. It was hard. I couldn't get anything going. And then I started to kind of keep calm and just keep pushing. And then I was able to go on that run where I had like the RBIs, and then I started. Then the power was there, and everything was starting to kind of fall back into place.
Yeah. What's it like when you're you're playing and your goal is obviously to be at the big club in San Francisco? Do you put a lot of pressure on yourself to, like, you got to prove yourself, or is it you just go out and just be yourself and let the results happen?
When I'm trying to go out and prove myself, that's when I just struggle. That I'm trying to do too much, but I think just when I go out and play and just not worry about things that I can't control. Like, I can't control if I'm in AAA, the majors, go up and down so many times. I can't control it some of the time. But yeah, it's hard. It's not easy. Trying to having to keep bouncing back. But just for me, just controlling it and just kind of doing what I can to go out and play. And at the end of the day, I just want to win games. So whether that's up there, in AAA, I just want to go out and play.
That's awesome.
Did you feel a lot more comfortable the second and third time that they brought you back up? Because I know the first time it kind of looked like you might have been feeling like you were maybe pressuring yourself a little too much or anything like that. And I felt like the second time when you came up and you guys faced like the Yankees, for instance, and then obviously when you came up at the end of the year, you just looked so much more comfortable up there. Does that
Yeah.
did feel that way?
Yeah, I think when I first came up, this year, it just felt, I don't know, I don't know what was going on, but I mean, it just felt like everything. I'd put a good swing on a ball and it'd be right at someone, or I'd just miss a ball, or whatever. Then I'd go down and I'd struggle a little bit, then I'd find myself again. Then I'd get going, get hot a little bit, and yeah, I think for me, just kind of controlling what I can control. I mean, I can't control whether they're gonna bring me up or bring me down. So I mean, just going at it, that way, because that's kind of the best way that's kind of the way that I see, and that's kind of the thing that I can control is just how I handle it and just going out and playing.
That's great. That's great. We're going to get to this super chat real quick from Joaquin Salas. Says, congrats on the growing success in my final year at Cal Poly. Right now, I'm watching your shows while studying or doing homework. Has been so clutch. All love for you guys. All right, Joaquin.
Joaquin.
There you go. He's I think he's one of your guys, right? Even your dynasty, is that, or is he on?
Yeah, he comes on mine. I think he gets on yours too as well.
Yeah, I think I've seen him. Yeah, Joaquin. Thanks, Joaquin. Hey, good luck at Cal Poly.
Yeah.
Got a couple of nieces and nephews that graduated from there. Casey, when you're in the off season, do the Giants, does the management, baseball ops give you any specific things they want you to work on?
Yeah, I mean, we have our exit meetings kind of towards like that end of the year, and just kind of things they want you to improve, and just an overall look at the year. So yeah, I think for me, I'm just focusing on making sure I'm comfortable at either short or second for whatever happens.
Yeah. Now, when you're coming up through the system, you started, you start rookie ball, and then you go to San Jose, Eugene, and up the ladder you go to Richmond, and then SAC. Is the system coordinated where everything is being taught the same, and even once you get to San Francisco, or is there a difference between San Francisco and the minors?
Like as in, what do you mean?
Just philosophy, hitting techniques, what they're asking you to do, as far as, this approach to hitting.
Yeah, I think, I mean, as you go up, you go out and play and you develop, and then you have like all those people around you that are helping you to get to that next level. I remember, we'd have like our camps, and they'd go over, hitting, like what do we want to be as, hitters, as well, that like this is the philosophy, just kind of buy into it and just go out and play and just kind of go out and win games.
Yeah. I mean, is there an emphasis more on, launch angle or just making contact at all? Do they is that stressed throughout, the same? Because it seems like, to me, there's seems like there's more contact. I know it's harder pitching once you get to the big leagues. Of course, you're facing, a stud almost every day versus you are in the lower minor leagues, but there's a lot more, seems like a lot of guys make a lot more contact consistently in the minors, and when they get up to the big leagues, at least for the Giants last year, the Giants had a tremendous amount of, struggle with runners in scoring position, just because, and it was not just one guy, it was really the entire lineup for the most part. And I'm just wondering if there's an emphasis, if there's a change or anything more focus on contact. Cause I've heard Buster say, we want to get more guys that make, put the bat on the ball more consistently. Have that been stressed to you guys at all?
Yeah, I think going into this year now, I feel like I wasn't, up, with the big club enough this year to be able to kind of like talk on that, I guess, because I wasn't around as often. But I think going into this year, that's probably the emphasis is more contact, less swing and miss.
How do you do that as a player? Do you have to adjust your approach? Do you choke up with two strikes, or do you just say, I'm not going to try and, launch this thing, I'm just going to change my swing a little bit just to make sure I make contact? How does that work for you?
I think there's a numerous amount of ways to do it. You choke up, spread out, get a little further back in the box, or get up on the plate a little more. I think it just depends on the hitter. And yeah, like I think that's kind of the way. I don't know how to describe it. It's hard to describe, but like there's all these different ways to be able to do it. Like at least like for me, for example, like I'll get up on the handle a little bit. Like I'll choke up, and then I'm trying to use my hands and I'm trying to put a ball in play. When I have 2 strikes, I'm not trying to go out and slug or hit any homers or anything when I have 2 strikes. Like I just want to get this ball in play. If I have a runner on second, I want to get this guy over. I want to do the little things like that right.
That's cool.
You try and get a little more aggressive early in counts too. It's sometimes because I do feel like there was always an emphasis over the last 5-6 years where there was a emphasis on trying to work counts and get pitchers high, get their pitch counts up early in games, get to the bullpens early. Do you feel like that's going to be kind of a point of emphasis? Like if you get something good to hit earlier in a count, being a little more aggressive?
Yeah, I think so. I think you just read the game. You're down by 1 or you're down by 3 or whatever. Those are, if you're down by, I don't know, 4, those aren't the counts to be aggressive. That's like the time to be even more selective. And
right.
Try and drive the pitcher's pitch count up or whatnot.
Yeah. A couple of questions from our chat covering up that's large chat. I got to change that font. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to run it. It says Casey, big fan. Thanks for coming on. Let me see if I can change this. Oops. Let me do. I don't know how you. Come on there. Yep. There we go. A little bit better. Casey, big fan. Thanks for coming on. They say it's hard to reach the big leagues, but harder to stay. Can you speak to the constant in-season adjustments that have to be made by a big leaguer?
Yeah. It's definitely right. It's definitely harder to stay. It's hard enough to get there, but it's even harder to stay. So, for me, I'm still finding my way. I'm still trying to, find out who I am and as a big leaguer. And for me, it's just gotta trust in myself and kind of just go out and play and have fun and let the other things take care of themselves and just make adjustments on the fly. I think as a player, you're always making an adjustment, because there's a different guy on the mound almost every time. Sometimes they know how to pitch you, they know what to do, then you got to adjust. It's like it's a chess game.
Has it been that way all the way up for you through college, where has the game changed that much where you're facing a different pitcher almost every time, even in college, or do guys go a little longer at that level?
I think every level it's by level. Every level you kind of go up, there's a little bit of an adjustment to be made. I know, from my first year in 2021 in San Jose, I didn't have the best year. And then I went into that offseason and, made a swing adjustment. And that's, when I had a great year the next year. And then I played the next year and had a good year in AAA. And then, came up, got hot, and cooled off. And, that year was kind of trying to figure out the right adjustment. And then now this year, just finding that adjustment, just kind of working and picking and tinkering, very little, and not trying to over tinker the swing or kind of overanalyze it. Because that's when I think I kind of run into a little bit of problems when I'm trying to, overanalyze or something.
Right.
Is there anything specific you're working on this offseason, or?
I want to get back to using the whole field. I think last year there was times where a lot of everything was pulled, and for me, the big part about my game is I'm able to drive the ball to right field, and use that and not have to cheat to something in. I'm able to just stay on plane, and if I get beat inside, I'm still able to take that inside pitch and shoot it the other way and use my hands or something like that. And I think for me that's where I kind of struggled with the 2-strike approach, because I didn't have that in my my swing anymore. I kind of couldn't find it, but just kind of finding that spot where I'm able to consistently, use the whole part of the field rather than just, being able to just pull it.
Yeah. Now you won the Barney Nugent Award in 2023. I was watching you almost every day there because I had press credentials that year, and you were driving the ball to right center a lot in that camp. In fact, I think you had a couple of triples in that camp. I recall, and I remember going, "Wow, he's got some wheels." Yeah, that's what I think. That year, you had a great camp, and you were going to right a lot in spring training that year, and then you started the season in AAA, and then you got called up pretty early. You had kind of a hot start first week or so, and then you got into a little bit of a slump, and then it looked like you just started pressing and trying to, like you said, pull everything.
Yeah, it was like just trying so hard just to stay and kind of not just getting away from who I am as a player rather than just doing too much. That's what I feel like I did.
Now, you mentioned staying. You tried to stay. There's a new front office. Buster Posey's in charge, but the previous front office was known for just making, like wear out your tires going from Sacramento to San Francisco. Just you're up, down, and it wasn't just you. I mean, it was a organizational philosophy. Was that frustrating for players to feel like, gosh, am I up? Am I getting a call up for a weekend because I'm facing two lefties and I'm going to be back down? Or what did that feel like?
It doesn't feel great. It's definitely, tough. Yeah, I mean, for me, it was a lot of, up and down.
But does it mess with your, do you think it affects your performance because you don't have the confidence that you don't even know what to expect? Does it play on the, I guess what I'm asking without, naming names, do players amongst themselves talk about that? Was it frustrating for a lot of guys?
I don't know I think just as a whole, it's just frustrating a little bit. I mean, no one wants to go up and get sent down. Everyone wants to.
Right. I know it was frustrating for the fans, and even read some articles that even ownership was a little bit kind of like, what's going on? Why?
Yeah.
So
definitely, difficult. Just like the kind of not knowing's hard. And I don't know. Just sometimes it gets a little overwhelming. And
right.
Yeah,
I'm trying to change this position because I want to ask another question here, and I don't want to block you. Let me see if this one here. Okay, what's up, Casey? This is one of Los D. He's one of our hosts on our channel here. What's up? Where is your preferred spot to shop for any baseball equipment? And are all your gloves custom made? Best of luck in 25.
Yeah, so I have a deal with Rawlings, so I customize all my gloves. I actually have two that I just got. If you guys want to see them.
Yeah.
All right, I'll be right back.
Let's see them. That's awesome. Custom gloves. I can't figure out how to get this. No, I don't want that. I want that.
So this year I went with something a little different. So this one, there you go.
Ooh.
This one piece. So I wanted to try this one out. So this one's cool. A little hard of the hide. 11.5. So I like this one. I'm using this one the most.
Yeah.
And then I give a little orange web with a little orange.
They better not trade you. If they do, it better be Baltimore.
I was about to say.
And then I have this other one. Another one that's with the normal web that I always use. So I just went with a little more orange.
That's cool.
We'll see if I use them this year. I still have the other ones from last year that I really enjoyed. But I think right now this one's probably my favorite.
Yeah.
Looks good.
So, yeah, I Some guy that you said that's an 11.5.
Yeah. So this one's 11.5, but it feels a little bigger. This one probably feels like a 3/4 to me.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that looks.
With this web, but it feels I don't know. I like the pocket. I like how it feels with the web, and then this is just the normal one the normal model I always get. I just changed the colors pretty much. So they're both. This is the normal one usually.
Yeah. Do you have the finger made in there, or you keep the finger in or out?
I go out. So
You go out. Okay, you go out. You don't. I used to have a glove that they had them built in. With a finger.
The
you
finger.
ever, it's already cut out for you in the glove. Have you ever had one of those?
No.
Yeah, Rawlings used to make one where you'd have they just cut the finger out and you just stuck it through the just there was a hole and just sewn up and everything.
Was it it's like a pit, like the pitchers have it, right? Where it's like a finger hood?
I'm not sure what the pitchers, I haven't seen it, but I don't have, I wish I had my old glove, but yeah, those are, I like the color. That's sweet.
Yeah, this one's my favorite right now.
Yeah.
How long does it take you to break a glove in?
Me, not too long. I do the same thing with my gloves, with all of them. I've done it for probably the past 5 or 6 years, maybe even longer. When I get it, I'll just put it in my hand, watch TV or whatever, and then at night I'll put a soft. It's you're gonna think I'm crazy to do this. For the first night, I'll put a softball in. And
that's 12-inch.
Right.
Wrap it. Yeah.
Wrap it, and then the next morning I'll play with it. Right. I'll have it for the whole day, just messing around with it, and then I get Aquaphor. I get Aquaphor. I rub it all over the leather.
Yeah.
Make sure it's all nice, and then I'll get the towel and I'll dry it up, and then it still has that little silkiness on it a little bit, and then I'll put the softball in, and then I'll wrap it again and I'll leave it overnight, and then I'll wake up the next morning and it's feeling a lot better. You play catch with it a couple times and it's good to go.
Wow. So how many gloves do you use a year in a season?
I usually just 2 sets. It just depends where I'm playing. If I'm playing the third, I'll use it's like this one, but it's all tan and a 12, and I get that same glove every year. These are just 2 middle infield gloves that I use. But the one I've used the same game glove for about the past 3 years. So I've had it since I was in, I think, Eugene. It's in the same glove.
Wow. That's awesome. There's
Yeah,
a lot of.
I'll just keep getting that same model though, so then I'll have a practice glove every year or whatever, just mess around with it. But I just make sure I keep getting that same glove because I feel like I have to, because I want a gold glove with that glove in the minor.
Yeah.
So I have to keep getting that same one.
Are you superstitious like Lamont Wade? When I talked to Lamont Wade, he said if he gets a hit, he'll wear everything the same: socks, shoes, underwear, nothing comes. It's all the same. He doesn't wash it. And I said, man, and he said his beard grows. I said, so I asked him, I said, man, you could look like John Brebbia if you get really hot. He said, yeah, that's the goal.
I'm not too superstitious. I like what I like. I love that glove at third. I feel comfortable there with that glove. I feel like if I don't have that glove, then I don't feel comfortable there. If that makes sense. But
yeah,
I mean, I guess a little bit. If I don't know, if I go over or whatever, I'll change my arm sleeve, change the cleats. You're gonna think this is gross, but when I was in AAA, I had this with Donnie Walton. It was this thing where it was if I got a hit that day, I wouldn't wash my jockstrap. I went 15, 20 days without washing it, and then I would get out and be like, huh, Donnie, gotta wash it. So it was funny, man.
A baseball fraternity is a different group of guys.
I did it for most of the year too. If I didn't get a hit, I would watch it. But if I got a hit that day, then I wouldn't watch it.
Yeah. Now, Cody is like I said, he follows the minor leagues a lot. When I was in camp in 20, I guess it was was it the 23 or 22 season? Let's see. Yeah, it'd be the 23. Yeah, when you got the Barney Nugent Award. Vaughn Brown was up with you in camp, and Vaughn was one of the guys that the Giants were really high on, and he's had some injury, history, struggles staying healthy. What's going on with Vaughn? I mean, he's got super athletic abilities, super fast. He's got power. He's got a lot of tools, but he just hasn't been able to, for whatever reason, put it together, whether it's just, because of the health and stuff. What do you hear from Vaughn?
Yeah, I actually just talked to Vaughn today.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, really, really crazy you brought that up. Yeah, but he's doing good. He's feeling good. He's just had some he's just been a little unlucky with injuries. But I know now he's feeling good. Everything's feeling healthy. So, you can expect a big year out of him.
That'd be great. Yeah, because he's a little older too, isn't he? Isn't he 25-ish now? 26?
Maybe?
I'm not sure. Maybe a year older than me, I think. But yeah, he's one of those guys where when he's on the field and he's healthy, he's electric.
Oh yeah, we've seen some highlights. We played some highlights on the show with Cody.
Yeah.
Cody does a weekly minor league report and shows us highlights. Yeah. He watches all the levels. So Cody, you probably got
way
some
too
questions.
Much time.
Yeah. Cody, you probably have some questions for some of the guys that, maybe Casey might be able to tell us more about.
Yeah. I mean, is there anyone in Sacramento that you played with last season that you just really expect to see break out next season?
That goes along with maybe that question right there too.
Oh, yeah.
I really enjoyed watching Eldridge play. For him to come up and at 19 and he had an amazing season. So I think he's obviously someone that everyone's been watching and is excited for him to get up there.
Yeah.
Just the guys that I've been playing with, Matos, Lucy, you have all these guys that are down there. I think it's just playing, it's been a lot of fun being around those kind of guys.
Okay. Yeah, I have been one of the guys. A lot of people disagree with me, and it's just my take. And I think Cody's a little bit similar. I've always felt like the Giants should just go youth and play you and Matos and Ramos and Marco and it takes a long time to develop in the major leagues. It's not something you can do in periodic at bats where you get to play 1 game, 2 games a week, and then you go up there and go 0 for 4 and you're sent down. It's like it's frustrating because Giants haven't had the team the last few years to really compete with some of the playoff teams, and yet they really haven't gone to any development of letting the guys play. So I'm hoping that you guys get everyday jobs this year, you and Matos and Marco. I mean, looks like look what Elliott did last year when he was given the chance. He proved himself, but you got to be given the chance. You just can't go up and play 2 days and then off for 3 days because you're facing a righty. Tough, it's like
100%. Yeah.
I mean, that would be, I'm all for, I think if the Giants, you guys were the best team in Sacramento. I looked at the roster. It's kind of funny because I said last year, and this is not so much a knock on the big club as it was, the minors. You guys were pretty loaded last year, the start of AAA. And I said, when you guys played the Giants for the last game before the regular season, I says, I think the minor league team, Sacramento, looks more talented than the big club. And, I do think you guys have some guys that can play. Matos, to me, is a guy that makes a lot of contact. just needs to be in the lineup, and you defensively. And I think, I mean, I've always felt like you could hit 250 and hit, 20 homers and drive in 80 runs, and then go from there. But I mean, what's the best year you had in the minors with home runs?
Probably the 2022. I had 21, 22 homers at like 295.
Wow.
That
was at Double A, High A, and Double A?
Through High A through Triple A, yeah.
Wow. That's a dang good year.
You hit 19 last year between AAA and San Francisco?
Yeah. I had Triple A and 6 majors. I didn't feel like I had that many. I didn't have that many at bats either. I
was gonna say you had a lot of limited playing time at different times throughout the year. So
yeah, I think total I might have 300, 400 at bats or something like that. Somewhere around there.
Yeah. No, you had your home run ratio to plate appearances was pretty good compared to a lot of the other guys on the team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So obviously we were talking about going young, and there's always a benefit getting to play with some of these veteran guys. And I mean, you've been kind of blessed to have, Brandon Crawford there over at short, and then you had Chapman last year. Is there anything like, what have you learned watching those guys and how they kind of go about their business, or defensively, or just anything? Like what's the best stuff that you've learned from those guys?
For me, I like to watch, and I like to pick the brain of Chappie a little bit, on some approach stuff. But yeah, just the way that they go about it is just, it's awesome. It's amazing to watch. Just how their work is, and how they handle themselves, like in the cage, on the field, and it's just really cool to be around, and it's a good people to be able to watch and to kind of just learn from. So I think for me, I'm extremely blessed to be able to learn from Chappie, and just kind of take anything I can to add to my game.
Nice. Dan, I think you're muted.
Just put up that comment there. Low Steez, definitely keep that oppo field approach that you're comfortable with. That will play out well at Oracle and in general. Yeah, 275 plus. Yeah.
A lot of space out there.
Yeah, a lot of space.
Yeah.
We asked this earlier, a guy and his dogs. I like that. Yes, he said he is comfortable playing second.
Yeah.
And in fact, does a lot of workouts with Matt Chapman in the off season. So that's really cool that, I mean, he seems like a really good teammate and a guy that, that is a leader. And, that's, I think, another, what's your thoughts on free agency? Some of the guys are asking about that in the chat. I'm sure you don't really have much, I'm sure they don't give you a call and say, Casey, what do you think? But I mean, do you pay attention to free agency?
I mean, a little bit. I mean, I try just to not pay attention to it. I'm just kind of focusing on, doing what I can do to help the team win. And, just if we get someone that's going to, make the team better, then, all for it. But I mean, I don't try to, lock in on who's going where, that stuff. It's not something I can control. So I mean, I just don't really, focus too much on it.
Yeah. Is there a overall plan as far as when you're working out in the off season that the Giants say, have they given you anything like, hey, you're going to be given a shot to play every day in spring training. You have the shot to earn a job at second or short. Have they given any indication of that at all? Yeah,
I mean, I don't know. So I mean, for me, I'm just trying to stay ready. Just take whatever opportunity I'm given, and just be ready.
Yeah, I mean, I thought you did a heck of a job your first year when you came up and they put you at shortstop and you never played it. You really didn't play much of it at all in the pros, right?
Not much. I had a short stint of playing there in Eugene, and then I didn't play it for the rest of that year. And then that next year, I played it a little bit more. But yeah, nothing. Not like nothing crazy. Just very very little.
Yeah. Now in college, you were a two-way player. You were the closer at San Diego State.
Yeah.
Do you have
I had a couple starts.
any desire at all to go in and throw an inning?
I mean, I always tell everyone, I'm 6 to 7 on the mound if you need it, as a joke. But, I mean, I don't have any desires. I want to prove myself as a hitter and as a fielder.
If they give you the call next year instead of Tyler Fitzgerald, are you gonna softball it in there like he did, or are you gonna throw 95?
No, it's coming out.
Good.
It's coming out.
That would be awesome.
I'm letting it go. I mean, it's going to be the whole arsenal: sinker, seam, cutter, splitter, slider. It's everything.
Oh man,
love it. Just
That
bust
would
a
be-
knuckle. Do the ephus. Just one somewhere in there.
I remember
I got to see if I can still light up the radar gun. I think it's
do you
still.
remember
I can still do it.
though there was a player, I think he came up with the Cardinals years ago and he could not hit or pitch. He couldn't
Keel?
find the strike. Yeah. And all of a sudden he became this great hitter. Yeah.
Sure.
That's crazy.
He had a cannon in right field when he came back.
Yes.
I mean, obviously he was a pitcher, but yeah. Huge.
Here's a question for you. Has Will Clark given you any advice in the last couple of years?
Yeah. I've gotten the opportunity to work with him since I got drafted. So everything, that he has for me, I'm always open ears. I've hit with him, when he would come down to the affiliates and stuff, and just working on, staying above the ball, hitting line drives and, letting everything else take care of itself and just swinging at good pitches.
Yeah, I think I know the answer to this, but I'm going to put this up for you anyway. Are you not worried? Do you get worried if they sign an infielder that is one less position to win?
What was it again? Sorry.
Is he not worried that if they sign an infielder that is one less position to win, like if they went out and signed an Adames, for example?
I mean, I can't control it. There's nothing I can do about it.
Yeah. Do you think, as a player, do you ever think about like the possibility of getting traded, or does that not even cross your mind?
I mean, it's obviously something that is in the back of your head, but it's not something I'm gonna focus on. Because again, that's not something that I can really control. That's like a team thing. If that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. For me, I want to play. I just want to play, and I'm happy. I'm really happy in San Francisco. I love it there.
Yeah. What's the vibes? Was there a change at all in when Buster was hired amongst the your buddies? I mean, was there like, hey, that's cool, or wow, this is great?
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I haven't really talked to them about it. Just something that just happened. So I mean, I'm sure as we get together, we get to be around each other more.
Yeah, and now somebody asked, because I know we talked to you about this a little bit before the show, but maybe you could tell some of the people your off-season routine. What's your what you do to get ready for the season? Did I miss something?
Did you not see the name of it?
Did I not look at the name?
The username.
Let me see. What did I miss? Let me pull it up here. Oh
I
God!
thought this was PG, guys. Come on.
What did I pull? What? Let me see this.
Showing your age, Dan.
Oh, the stupid dumbass child, that guy. Okay, I think he's in here legitimately. I think that it. By the way,
What
yes,
was the
that is
question
my name.
again?
Dan, let's talk about what does he do? What do you do during the off season? I guess to prepare some of your, to get ready for the season.
Yeah. So I took about 3 weeks off just to let my body heal, and then I was right back in the weight room. That's always the first, progression for me, is getting back into the weight room, getting my body moving again, lifting weights, running, and then the next step is it's playing catch and getting my arm good, just playing catch for a little bit, and then normally I wouldn't take ground balls until like December, January-ish. But since this year it's a new like a position change that I want to lock in on and make sure I have that dialed in. I started to take them 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. Started to take ground balls, and then the hitting progression comes, which started this week. But yeah, just working on those things and just trying to be as ready as I can be for when spring training comes, because I don't want there to be any surprises. I just want to go out and play and just be ready for whatever.
Is there a different spin on the ball coming to you at second base than at third?
Yeah, it's completely, it's like completely different. Like everything's different. Yeah, the throw is definitely shorter. There's more side to side. You got to take different angles to certain balls that are hit. But yeah, there's a little bit of that little side spinner, just depending on how it comes off the bat.
Right. I imagine it's even different from a righty versus a lefty too.
Yeah, like a lefty have that kind of
right
slice, I guess. I don't know how to describe it.
Right. And by the way, he said, by the way, yes, my name is stupid because my girlfriend did it. And then he said, my girlfriend did that. I apologize.
I'm embarrassed. Good night.
Okay. I think I've seen him in the chat before.
I think I know who it might be, but I'm not 100% because I think he comes into mind too. So.
Okay.
Yeah, he always has a new name every time, I swear.
Okay.
So what are your thoughts playing in Oracle? Because it's something they've done kind of more in recent years, doing that 6:45 start time. How difficult is it hitting like in the early innings there during that time?
Oh,
and yeah.
I mean, it's just the way that I look at it's better than the shadows that we had at in AAA. There was some pretty tough shadows at the beginning of the game. From what I know, that they fixed it. They put another billboard or something up. But I think about it like that. Like it's really hard. It was really hard to see in the shadows there, and it's a little easier to see than there. So I mean, I just go out and play and hit.
Yeah.
just do what you can.
Do you have a favorite spot to hit in the batting order, or does it not matter to you at all?
I mean, it doesn't matter. I just any way I can get in there is kind of the route that I want to take.
Is it hard to hit ninth though, as far as the or do you think you see better pitches in ninth than you would eighth?
Honestly, I don't. I couldn't tell you. Some of the times that I don't get any pitches to hit, and they look like strikes. And they swing sometimes. So it just.
I remember last year when we talked, you said you got hit by a pitch and it kind of really psyched you out for a while.
Yeah.
And that I can't imagine that, man. Just getting hit right in the face. You said.
Yeah, right in the mouth.
Oh man.
Or not in the mouth, right here.
Yeah.
On the cheek.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
I mean, it's been a long time since I played ball, but I mean, I never played at a level where guys were throwing probably even 90, let alone 100. What is that like when you get buzzed by a 98 to 100 mile an hour fastball.
It definitely wakes you up a little bit. That's for sure.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's a little frightening, but I mean, it wakes.
I mean, what do you do though mentally when you got to step back in for the next pitch? How do you? I mean, do you tell yourself? That's not going to happen again, likely.
Yeah,
Or?
just kind of just a deep breath and just get back in there. And I mean, it's a ball. So now that maybe the count's in your favor, or now you've seen an extra pitch. So just kind of just forget about it and not dwell on it.
I was watching the World Series and I mean, I wish when I played I had all the armor that you guys go up there with now. I mean, I'm 63, so it's been over 45 years, or a little over 40 years, whatever it was. But we didn't have the elbow and the shin guards and all that stuff. But Anthony Rizzo goes up in the World Series, and they're talking about him getting hit if they pitch inside, and he leans into him because he's he takes so many hit by pitches. Is that something that you've ever done to try to get hit just to get on base because there's a rally and you need a runner? Have you ever intentionally just leaned into one?
I think when I was younger, but now it's it's hard. You can't really get away with it now because now with replay, they can kind of see if you leaned into it or whatnot. But yeah, I think when I was younger or in the minors still a little bit because they're not going to replay it and see threw his elbow in or whatnot.
Speaking of replay, did you like the challenge system in Sacramento?
Yeah.
I was kind of both ways on it. It's interesting because there's balls that are called strikes. Oh, you call it the automated strike or the actual challenge?
Where you can say, hey, I want to, I think that was outside and you got called a strike. They called a strike and you said, no, that was way outside. I want to.
Yeah, because it reverted to just the challenge, I think, this season. Yeah.
Yeah, there's, I don't know, there's sometimes a curve ball will be, up here and if it clips it by, that much, then it's a strike. And then you're like, well, I wouldn't have been able to hit that pitch anyways. Or, it's a slider or something that clips it by, that much off the plate. And it clips it by a stitch. And it's not something you can really hit. And so sometimes it goes both ways. It's tough.
Yeah. I feel like it would eliminate we'll call them the egregious misses at least. I think that's the goal.
Yeah. But I saw, is it the Arizona Fall League? They're doing the check swing one?
I don't know. It's interesting.
I saw
Isn't it the rule book based on intent?
I could have sworn I saw a video of a check swing replay, and there was it was an automated call or something. It was weird.
Can they go back to 2021 and use it again?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wilmer Flores one? Yeah. Yeah, against the Dodgers.
The playoffs? Yeah.
Yeah. Los, Cody and I, we all played ball in our day. Some of them not so far back. Cody's pretty young guy. Los and I, a little older, but he asked what visiting park center field background, the backdrop, which makes it easier to see pitches. He's guessing Arizona. What park do you like where you see the ball best?
I do really like Arizona, but I mean you're in major league fields, so they're everything's top of the line.
Pretty synchronized.
Yeah, it's all extremely extremely well to hit. You got better lighting. The backdrops are better. Everything's just better.
Along that lines, do you have a favorite ballpark you visited that you enjoyed just playing in, being in?
Yeah, in 2023, I had to play in Petco, and I had a lot of my family and friends there.
Oh yeah,
so it was a really special moment.
I love that park.
Yeah,
that is
going to games when I was younger, and stuff like that. And I really like Phoenix too. or Arizona. Yeah, Phoenix, Arizona. Yeah, I like them too. I like that one. I really like Oracle. I really like Wrigley. Wrigley's up there too. I love I love everything about that stadium, just like the history that's there.
Yeah. Is there parks that when you like? I remember playing as a kid and looking at certain parks. Go, oh, I think this park I could, really drive one and get it out of there or something. But is there a park like when you go to, say, Cincinnati or Philly? Does it look like, oh wow, this is way shorter? These fences. Is there?
I mean, he upper decked one in Cincinnati.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
I always thought like Cincinnati was one of those like huge ballparks. When I was younger, just like watching it on TV. But that was another field that I really loved playing at. Just like the way the field is and like the crowd and everything. I thought that was a really cool field to be on.
Yeah, I remember that shot. Now that you brought that up.
Yeah, and Blake threw a no hitter there, so it was cool part of that.
Yeah. Have you ever faced Los is
territory?
Asking if you ever faced a knuckleball pitcher, and if yes, how did you enjoy that challenge barreling it up?
Yes, I did face. I faced a knuckleball pit. The guy from the Padres. I'm blanking on his name.
Oh, Waldron or
yeah,
isn't it Waldron? Matt Waldron or something?
Yeah, I think
like
Waldron.
That? Yeah,
I faced him in 2023 in AAA, or maybe it was this year. No, it was last year. 2000. Yeah, I remember facing him, and he threw me a knuckleball, and I capped it off mid at bat, but I got a single.
Oh,
yeah, didn't hit it very well, but I'll take it. It's a hit.
Yeah.
Line drive in the box score.
Exactly.
Does Barry Bonds work with you guys at all in hitting?
Yeah, he's in there. There's been times where I've been able to hit with him, and it's just surreal being able to hit with Barry and like talk hitting with him. He's awesome.
Does he ever take some swings in batting practice with you guys?
Not. I remember this one time he did do it in the cage with me once. He was showing me something about my top hand, and then he's like, here, just watch. He gets it. And do like lasers off the back of the cage. Oh, God, I wish I could do that.
Guy's in his late 50s rock.
Yeah.
He'd still probably hit 20.
No, he'd probably hit like 30 to 40.
Yeah, he's still, man, I've never seen, I've watched ball since late 60s. And
I want to say him on the field.
Yeah. I caught the end of Willie Mays' career, and I saw a lot of Willie McCovey's, but I've never seen a guy hit the ball like Barry Bonds. Just consistently.
It's just different. Like it's just you can just tell. Like he's so good, and it's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, what do we got here? Maybe this is somebody you might know here. Hi, Casey. My son played baseball at East Lake High School for the Titans. Is that where you did you go to high school there?
Yeah, that's where I went to high school.
All right.
Nice.
There you go.
Hello.
Do you ever go out and? Well, I guess you're probably busy to go out and see them play. You're playing yourself, but
yeah, usually I'm not really able to, just because we're kind of in our seasons kind of overlap with spring training and everything.
Were you a 3-sport guy or did you just play baseball?
Just
in high
baseball. School? I played soccer growing up, and then I broke my ankle, so that was kind of the end of that. I love soccer though. I think soccer was one of my favorite sports, especially growing up. But
the Niners might be looking for a new field goal kicker.
It's funny you say that. I used to actually kick field goals when I was in high school with my buddy. Just if we get bored or something, we just go to the high school field and kick field goals. I mean, I'd get up to 45 yards. It was decent. I
made a 42-yarder in a game in my sophomore year in high school.
Really?
Yeah, I could, and the thing was good from 55. It was going over the top of the uprights when it crossed the.
Just kept going.
Yeah, it was just one of the best kicks. I just got all of it in it. I attempted one at 55 in a game and had the distance, but missed it by like 20 feet.
Oh,
left.
Close. At least you know you have the leg power.
Yeah, it was fun kicking, but yeah, I never played soccer. Well, I did play kind of pickup soccer. Back when I was growing up, soccer was just getting started in the U.S. It really wasn't. We didn't have it as a sport in high school. It was like you could play it in rec leagues and like that kind of stuff. But man, I'm too old. I'm ancient, man. Yeah, let's see.
Got a couple good ones in the chat. Yeah.
Which one you want to get to?
Philip asked who the toughest pitcher you faced so far and why.
Oh, this one right here.
Oh, I can look at the chat too.
Yeah, you can look at the chat.
Oh, I didn't know this.
Yeah, there you go. Who's the toughest pitcher? You can pick out any questions you want, and I'll put them up. Who's the toughest pitcher you've faced so far, and why? That's a good question.
Toughest pitcher I faced. Oh, let me think. Oh. It's so hard to just pick one person just because everyone's just so good. Gosh, so I'm gonna go.
I'm thinking of some that I'm trying to think of guys that might.
Aaron Nola's one that comes to mind. He's really got really good stuff. I think I faced him last year when I was in Philly, and yeah, he's got some really good. He's got really good stuff. Zach Gallen's another one that has really good really stuff. Michael Walker is another one.
Oh
my gosh! I've never seen I don't know if he called it his changeup or a splitter, but I mean I've never seen him like that. It was crazy.
All of a sudden, I'm drawing a blank. Maybe Cody, you could help me. Kyle. Yeah, it just came to me. Have you ever faced Kyle Hendricks?
No.
Okay.
I wasn't
because he really the Giants struggle against him. I was just wondering. He's such an off-speed guy. He doesn't have he doesn't have much heat.
I think he's a guy that he's able to throw whatever pitch in any count that he wants wherever he wants. He's like one of those guys that just has that and with everything.
Well, tell us about some of the pitching that the Giants have, the young pitchers that you know, Harrison, Birdsong, Roop, all three of those guys could find a starting role possibly this year. What's I'm sure you face them in simulated games or whatever you come across them, but what's it like? How are those guys looking to you?
Really good. The one that I don't ever want to face is Walker.
Oh, Ryan Walker. Yeah.
I will never want to face him.
Just the arm angle?
Yeah, he throws from behind me. It's crazy.
Well, he throws two pitches that break 2 feet opposite directions.
It's disgusting. I don't know. It's just it moves so much, and it's coming from way over here. It freaks me out.
Yeah, I would. Yeah. Is
that kind of answers the question because was it Ed who has the nastiest pitch on the Giants right now? Would it be one of Walker's? Or?
Probably Walker's slider, or his two seam that moves like a lefty slider. I mean,
yeah. I love when they do the overlays, like the tunnel vision, where it's like, hey, look at it out of the hands, and then they just
it's
the opposite directions.
Yeah, he's got some, and he throws, throws so hard from over here too. He's got some crazy good stuff.
Here's a we all want this. That's what I'm buying for. I'm going to be pushing for that myself. When I watched the playoffs and saw the importance of turning that double play with a strong arm or just an average second base arm, because usually most second basemen don't have that great of arms. They're just they're solid fielders. They got decent range, but a lot of them play second base because they don't have a shortstop's arm or a third baseman's arm. And, they can play those positions. They can field them, but they just don't have the arm strength. With you, man, that could be the difference of, an inning extended or getting out of the inning with a double play. I mean, we saw the importance of just one, like in the World Series when Garrett Cole forgot to cover first base, it would have been 5-0, and then it became 5-1, and all of a sudden that was the third out, and it became 5-5.
Yeah.
Just with one play. So there's a couple more in here that I wanted to get to.
While you're looking, I've seen a few people ask about Jung Hoo Lee in the chat, and obviously his season ended in May, but was there anything you saw from him like in spring training or in the early part of the season? Obviously, I think you came up like right when he got hurt.
Yeah,
at least in spring training. Yeah. Is there anything in particular you saw that was like super exciting with him? That
I think just his overall game, with the bat and then defense, and then with his speed. I think he's someone, he covers so much ground out there in the outfield too, and he's got the most elite contact, and he's just an overall he's just a great player, and he's a good guy too. I love being around him.
Does he speak much English? I know he has a few words we've heard.
He's got a translator that comes with him, but he a little bit. But yeah,
he seems like a funny guy.
Yeah, he is funny.
Yeah,
he made one of the best catches of the year last season that people forget. It's like the one that people forget about, but the one he made in Philadelphia, and he got an all-time reaction out of Jordan Hicks when he caught it too.
Yeah, there's another guy that's got nasty stuff, Jordan Hicks.
Yeah.
I'm hoping. I mean, I know that he can start, but I'm hoping the Giants use him as a bullpen guy just because I think that makes the bullpen so much better. And if you get more pitching, starting pitching, I think it's better for Hicks's longevity because he's not stretched out as last year. My fear is what happened, that he was going to pitch too many innings and end up getting hurt. So I hope they get enough pitching in the starting rotation where they could put Hicks in the bullpen because he's lights out. He's when he's just got to go out and throw one inning. Gosh, 104 the dude can throw.
Yeah, he's got some lights out stuff.
Yeah. One guy, Aaron, one of our members, says, "Tell us how great a post-game major league spread is. Better than SAC?"
That's like there's the cook there, and she does really good. The food there is good. At home.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes when you go on the road, it's whatever's near. But yeah, at home the food's really good. The spread everywhere in the big leagues is really good. But sometimes when you're going to certain places on the road, and when you're in the minors, the food's not. I mean, it's food. It's not.
Yeah.
It's good. Yeah.
That's awesome.
How Nate asked, what's your favorite moment as a Giant so far?
My favorite moments, probably Snell's no-hitter.
Wow.
Just being able to be on the field, and I had a home run that game too. So it was just an overall really, really cool special games. I've never been on the field for a no-hitter. I don't even think when I was little either. So to be on the field and be like a part of that was.
Where were you? What position were you playing that night?
I was at second.
Oh, you were at second. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. Did you think of anything? I mean, what's it like in the late innings when there's a no-hitter? Are you like thinking ahead, like each pitch, if it comes to me, I'm just got to, whatever I got to do, dive, are you more focused? I mean, it's you I know you're supposed to be focused every pitch, right?
Mm-hmm.
But let's be real here. When there's a no-hitter in the 7th, 8th inning, or even the 9th, are you like ultra focused?
Yeah, I guess it's just a little nervous. You're trying not to I think I noticed probably in the 7th inning. Like I knew he was dealing with. I could notice. I was like, oh god, there's no hits. And I didn't say anything. I wasn't going to be that guy. That's just the unwritten rule. You don't say anything. So, I mean, just going out there and just playing, I think it was just me and Fitzy at short. Or Fitzy was at short, I was at second, so it was me and Fitzy out there. We were just it was just normal, just going out and playing. And, you know, I think right at like the 9th inning hit, it was like, oh my God, like, this is crazy. You know, I think we knew it was going on. But yeah, that was super cool to be a part of that.
That's cool.
It's awesome.
That is really, really cool. We got several questions. A lot of people. Let me see. There was get to. Oh, have you seen the new City Connects, the new jerseys?
Yeah.
I haven't. No.
Okay. I haven't seen them either. Have you seen them, Cody?
I don't think they've released them yet, have they?
Oh, okay. Somebody was asking. I haven't seen them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I just walked in, you know.
Yeah. Let's see. Where was? Did you have any? I was going to look up the box score. Did you have any putouts in that no hitter?
Yeah, I think I had a couple. I turned a double play.
Off of a walk. Okay.
Yeah, there was runner on first, and then I had a line drive, and I got it quickly and threw it to first. And I don't remember who hit it, but yeah, I was able to turn a double play in that game.
Yeah.
I think
Wow.
I had like one or two ground balls. I can't fully remember.
Well, if you've never been part of a no hitter until then, you've really never been in a perfect game. So that to me would be even more pressure. Like, don't screw this up.
Yeah.
Don't screw this.
I remember the Kane perfect game, and Arias took that like drop step after he got it on the last out, and I was like, oh God, because it just totally looked like he lost his footing. And
yes. Yeah. That was pretty wild. Now, you grew up a Padre fan, I imagine, right?
Not necessarily.
Really?
It was more of like whatever was on is what I was watching. Like I just loved watching. You know, I just love watching baseball. I've always just said, you know, baseball's on, I'm gonna watch it, kind of guy. But there's certain teams that I love watching. You know, growing up.
Cool. Hey, can you put that glove up again real quick?
Yeah, I still haven't taken it off my hand.
Yeah. All right, everybody.
I've been fiddling.
Like and subscribe, and the 5,000 subscriber will be giving this Casey Schmitt glove away to the 5,000 subscriber.
Not this one. This is my baby right now. This one, I love.
Man, that is so sweet. I
can't take it off my hand.
Yeah, that's really nice orange. What you need is I don't think I have my. I don't have them in here. I think I got them in my other room. You're going to need some orange and black cleats, some special, special shoes with that.
I did have some orange cleats towards the end of last year. Because when we played in Arizona, I stayed at home and I had my cleats from last year. I was like, I love these cleats. Took them to Arizona and they're like orange. First game, I had a home run with them. I was like, okay, well, I'm not taking these off. So then I used them for I think the majority of the last 2 weeks or something.
That's cool.
Nice.
That is super cool. You got the while I'm looking up for something here, Cody, go ahead and figure out some more questions you had that you brought with you.
I'm trying to see. I had a few people messaging me, so I'll pull that up and see if I've got anything for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull this up here. I wanted to see if I can find it, but it's been a long time since I there's a lot of questions that keep coming in. One guy asked you, who's your favorite? Do you have a favorite soccer team? Do you follow pro sport?
No, I don't follow.
No.
Are you an NFL guy? Do
Yeah.
you play fantasy?
Yeah. I try. Not very good.
Are you in a league right now?
Yeah. Well, then
Yeah.
I'm in 2 leagues. So the one, me and Fitzy are teammates. It's like our Giants league. Fitzy are teammates, and we're doing pretty good. We started off pretty bad, but now I think we're back to even.
Oh, that's cool.
We're exactly at 500 right now. We started off rough. I think we were 0-4.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So do you have a favorite pro football team you follow, or just?
I do like watching the Niners. I think that'd probably be probably my favorite team right now. I didn't really have a football team growing up. Like the Chargers were there, but they were the Chargers.
Right.
So I didn't really follow football that much. And then then I was like, okay, well, I'm playing fantasy. This is one of the first years I played fantasy. It was like 2 or 3 years ago. I was like, I have Josh Allen on my team, so all right, I'm a Bills fan. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be a Bills fan.
Yeah.
And then like a year later, meet my girlfriend, huge Niner fan. Loves the 49ers. Grew up love the 49ers. She's from the Bay and everything, and I was like, well, crap, like I'm never gonna go to a Bills game. Like I'm never gonna go out there. I was like, so she convinced me. So then I started watching 49ers game, and then I got the opportunity to meet Brock Purdy at the Giants game. So I was like, okay, I think I'm a Niner fan now. So I enjoy watching the Niners. If someone asks me, like, okay, I'm a bandwagon Niner fan, but I love watching the Niners. You know, I'll wear it. Like I'm a new fan. You know, I'll admit it.
If it makes you feel better, Josh Allen grew up a Niner fan, so
That's right.
Yeah, that's fair.
And he grew up a big Giants fan.
Yeah, he still is.
Yeah, he is. He's still a Giants fan.
Yeah.
In fact, you ought to do a jersey exchange or something with Josh Allen. Get a bill. He's a Giants fan. So
Really?
Yeah, he grew up in the area. So
yeah,
he said his favorite team is the Giants and anybody who's playing the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
wow. There you go.
Yeah. How is that? I mean, recently the Giants haven't been much of a competitor, but is that brought up in the organization as you come up through the minors? I don't know, maybe hatred's a strong word, but that the Dodgers are rivals, and is that not even a thing?
I think it's a well-known thing. I think anyone familiar with the sport knows about the the history,
right,
just the rivalry kind of thing. I think everyone just kind of everyone knows like just kind of what's at stake.
Yeah. Oh, here's a great question from Lou Marston, another one of our regular hosts on the show. We didn't want to have all 5 of us, 6 guys, talking too much. But did you go to San Diego State because it was home, or were you going there hoping to play for the great Tony Gwynn when he was the manager there?
Yeah, I think I missed Tony by like 2 or 3 years.
Had he passed before when you went there, or?
Yeah, so at my first year there was 2018. Yeah, so the first year was 2018. But yeah, it was a school that was always on my radar, growing up, because I went to those games when I was a kid with my family. If it wasn't like we weren't going to go into like a Padres game, we were going to San Diego State game. And it just made it easier and convenient that it was close to home, and they were one of the first schools that offered me a scholarship, and if I can go back, I'd do it all over again, do the same way. I'd go right back. I love my time. I love the people that I met there, the coaching. I love just being there and just kind of being a part of that organization. And I mean, I spend my off season there too. Like I go out and I do my lifts there. I'll go take my ground balls there with the team. I'll do all that stuff. So I just love that I'm able to have that opportunity to go back and still work on baseball. And
that's cool. I think he was gone before you got there, but
yeah, he was.
Did you ever meet Kawhi Leonard?
No, I
never have.
I've seen him once. Like I think I saw him once in the parking garage, but I'm not gonna go up and say hi to him. Like too nervous, Now,
did you have Dylan asked your top 3 players growing up that you liked in baseball?
Yeah. I put Crawl up there. Crawl was definitely one of them.
That's cool.
Yeah. Derek.
Did you tell him that?
Yeah, I didn't tell him at first. I told him a little later on, just because I don't know. It would have been just like a weird thing to say, like when you meet someone. So I didn't want to be like that weird, you know. Once I established a relationship with him, Derek Jeter was another one. You know, there was all these players like Troy Tulowitzki, Carlos Gonzalez, Dustin Pedroia. Khalil Green was another one. That back when I was in elementary school. There's definitely a lot of players that I enjoyed watching.
Wow. Did you model your game after anybody when you were playing growing up and coming up through the high school, college?
When I was younger, yeah, Dustin Pedroia was, because I was always undersized until I don't know, probably till my freshman year of high school is when I had a real growth spurt. Everyone was always a lot bigger than I was. That was one of my favorite players. There's just been all these different players that I enjoy watching, and just growing up, everyone plays wiffle ball, right? Like,
oh yeah.
Me and my neighbor, we'd have like a little draft, and we draft all these little players, and we'd be imitating their stances, and just going and just playing outside like that. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, I love playing wiffle ball. I had some nasty pitches, as everybody does that plays wiffle ball, but it was amazing. I think one of my favorite pitches was to a lefty. It was a screwball, and it looked like a wicked curveball to a right-hander. When it just would come in right behind him and just boom, come right in. You can't do that with a baseball.
No. So growing up, I broke a lot of windows. Right. Because I'd play with the tennis ball, and we'd play like a little squishy baseball, and as we got older, the ball started going a little further, and when it started hitting windows a little harder. So what I take credit for, I developed this. I got a wiffle ball, and I swear I didn't know anything else. I didn't get it from anyone. Like I got a wiffle ball, and I put a trash bag inside of it, and then I'd put duct tape around it, and I'd play with it like that. And it was like it had good weight.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't it would fly, but it wouldn't fly too far, and it wouldn't come off too hot, like off the bat. But you can move it like a blitz ball. Like it moves like that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like it would move like a lot, and that would be the only way we'd play. We'd do that, and it was just, it was something that I always remember, just being outside of my friends and playing wiffle ball.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
That's really cool.
Are there any pitchers in the past that you wish you could face?
Like anyone?
Yeah, just anyone. Like historic, like maybe guys that you watched growing up. I think.
Wagner would be one of them. Randy Johnson would be another one. Let's see.
I know Randy might not like you crowding the plate.
No, I don't really crowd the plate like that. Just a little. What was I supposed to say? Oh, Jake Peavy would be another one. I watched him a lot when he was with the Padres.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right, give me some names. Let me pick one out.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, I because yeah, I was gonna say Pedro. I always think of him because I know. Obviously, you just said you don't crowd it that much, but I was watching on Netflix. They put that new comeback series.
I saw a couple of episodes.
Yeah,
of that.
Pedro just like openly, he's like, "Yeah, I threw that guy. He was too close."
Here's our producer. He's in the chat. If Machado didn't do that slide, Pedroia was a lock for Hall of Fame. Still should make it in his opinion. Okay, yeah. Here's a question that is, I think, an interesting question. If I can find it, it was about when. There it is, Joaquin. When did you realize going pro was a possibility and it could happen?
I mean, for me, it was always something that I wanted to do, and I wanted to, have opportunity to be a Major League Baseball player. Since I was, in Little League, younger, just playing baseball, and, when you're younger, you always write like essays, like, oh, I want to be this when I grow up, or something like that. I would always write, I want to be a Major League Baseball player when I grew up. And that was always something that was always something that I had my eyes set towards. And, I always had a backup plan too. Like, when I went to college, I studied criminal justice. So I still, had that, just in case, whatever happened. But, so far I've been able to live out my dream and, play baseball for a living.
Were you able to finish up at San Diego State with a degree, or did you get drafted?
Like, I think I have like four classes left. I have to go back.
Oh, you can do that when you retire.
I know. I want to do it so bad, but I just something about sitting, like, writing an essay or something. It's just, I don't know if I could do it right now.
Oh yeah.
Especially off season where I'm just relaxing and just kind of getting back into stuff. I'm like, the essay doesn't sound too good right now.
Yeah, Johnny T asked, when you were little, did you play travel baseball or just Little League?
I did both. So I played at East Lake Little League. I played at Paradise Hills Pony. I played Pony for a year. I think when I was 11, then moved back to Little League for a 12-year-old year. And then I've been playing travel ball probably since, I think it first got introduced to me when I was 11 years old. I played probably since I was 11. It was Little League and travel ball. And then once I was too old for Little League, then it was just travel ball in high school, baseball.
Yeah, that's cool. We didn't even have travel ball years ago, but
I think it was like maybe newer, but I can't. I don't really know.
There's a question, Joaquin. It's the Bananas. Have you seen them play? You ever follow them?
The
Savannah Bananas.
Well, yeah, it's they sell out every stadium. It's crazy.
Yeah, they came to SAC.
Brett Wisely did it at one point.
I think he did. Brett Wisely was on the Savannah Bananas.
I think I read that somewhere.
Well,
yeah,
you never told
me. Did you know that?
No, you never told me that.
You should
ask. I swear
him.
It said like he did like one game or something, or like, I don't know. It was like something very short stint, but I feel like I read that last year at one point.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Probably when he had longer hair, he was the guy that, had behind the back or jumping over the pitcher and throwing a ball.
Yeah, really go watch some highlights.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. I heard that somewhere last year.
I swear it was on a TV graphic at one point. Like they were talking about him, and it just like popped up, and it was like one of the facts about Brett Wisely. And I swear I thought it was a joke.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna look that up. Let me see. Former Banana Wisely debuts on opening day. Check that out. Oh, wait a minute. This is hilarious. This is great. Check this out, guys.
Oh, God.
You'll have to give him a hard time on this.
Yeah.
There he is. In the banana uniform.
Oh, my God.
Former Banana Wisely Coastal Plain League. Is that him?
Idea.
Yeah. Brett Wisely. Former Banana Wisely debuts on opening day. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool.
Yeah, wow. I had no idea. I would never guess that.
Grant says Wisely trying to hide it from the other guys. Yeah. So, well, man, this has been awesome. I'm really appreciate you coming on, and it's been great. The chat is loves having you come on. You're fan favorite. We here at NorCal Sports Network and Even Year Dynasty Show, we've definitely been promoting you to play every day. I mean, it's I don't, no offense to any of the other guys that are on the team, but to me, you're second round draft pick for a reason. And, it's time the Giants either, they got to start seeing what you got. I mean, you did, I mean, like you said, you had 19 homers last year between AAA and the Giants. And you showed, a great glove, consistent, defense. I mean, do you have any particular goals that you would want to share with people, or you just keep those to yourself? And I understand if you keep them to yourself.
I usually just keep them to myself. I mean, there's like obvious things. I want to win a Gold Glove. That's something I've always wanted to do. I want to win a World Series. I want to make an All-Star team. Like I want to do these things. Win a Silver Star. I want to win these things. So those are things that I always work towards, and just whatever happens. Just kind of let everything fall into place. Everything happens for a reason. So I'm a strong believer in that. So I mean, for me, all I can control is what's in front of me, and that's really all I'm going to try and worry about, and just let everything else happen.
Mark Grace says you should bring a banana the first day of spring training and hand it to Wisely.
You see you guys see the people that wear like the banana costumes on like Halloween and stuff?
Yeah.
Just wear one of those with a Giants hat. Say you're Brett Wisely.
Now I don't know. Are you into Big League Chew?
Like the bubble gum? Yeah.
Yeah. Is it grape? He's assuming it's grape. Why? What is your favorite Big League Chew, and why is it grape?
It depends. So I guess I'm a little. If I don't get a hit, then I'll change it. I'll change the flavor. So I'm usually putting I don't know. I usually go through 6 or 7, 8 pieces of gum every game. I'm just changing it out. I'm like, this one's good. This one has a hit. Oh, I got a hit last time. Okay, I'm gonna put the same flavor in. Oh, I didn't get a hit. All right, let's go with a different one or something like that. I usually change it.
Yeah. Our producer says you will win that Gold Glove, Casey. No doubt about that. Love your mindset.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Let's see, we get that out of there. Okay.
So is the stash going to stay all season?
No, I always just mess around. I had a beard for a little bit, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not a big facial hair guy. I just don't like how it feels on my neck. But I mean, maybe one day I'll let it grow out. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready. I don't know if I can handle it.
Is there? I mean, you probably don't get into this. I would imagine a lot of the players just leave it to the front office. But is there as a player, do you think about or hope that the Giants might sign a guy to help the team out, like whether it be a Juan Soto or a starting pitcher like Corbin Burns, or bring back Blake Snell? I'm sure you don't want an infielder. I wouldn't. But is there guys? I mean, do the players even think about that, or they just say, you know what, I'm just focusing on I just got to focus on myself and my own goals and just leave it at that?
Yeah, I think obviously everyone, we all want Blake back.
Yeah.
He's someone he's so electric every time he goes out there. So I mean, I'm really hoping that he's able to come back, and I mean you don't want to face him,
Right. And do as players, do you guys have any? I know you don't have any so much say as what the Giants front office does, but do you guys do you tell Melvin, hey, we got to get Snell back, or anything like that? Does any combos come up like that?
I mean, maybe not from the younger guys. I'm still new. I'd probably like a veteran kind of,
like a Chappie deal.
Yeah, that's probably maybe their kind of place. I mean, for me, I'm just whatever. I'm just not. I don't want to step on anyone's toes or anything.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not involved in any of that.
Yeah. Now you played for 2 managers now. I mean, in your 2 years up, you had Gabe your first year, and then Melvin. Is there communication? Is there a difference in what your role becomes, or is it really not a non-factor for you as a player?
As in what? What do you mean?
Well, just like what, how you approach the game, how they approach you, as far as what maybe their expectations are for you, or how they communicate to you. If, like, when you're going to be in the lineup a day before, or is it just like once the lineup's put out, the lineup card?
I think it just depends. Like sometimes if I was getting called up, then I'd know, that night that I'm going to be in the lineup or something like that. I think it just kind of it just depends. Everyone's different. Everyone has a different kind of style of everything. But yeah, I love playing for Bo Mel. I think he's been awesome with everyone. So I'm excited to be able to be around him, and then the whole staff. Maddie, Burl. Everyone's just been so great to be around.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, yeah, it seems like a pretty good staff. Williams playing third base like you did. He was a go-getter. I mean, he was a dog.
Yeah.
And he shifted positions because he came up as a shortstop.
Mm-hmm.
I remember watching him. I saw him as a rookie. Did he help you out with a lot of the, having to switch positions?
Yeah, definitely. He's helped me out a lot. I always wanted to have like a long conversation with him, and I was able to have that conversation with him of just things that he did, because he kind of started off his career how I did, struggled.
Right. I pulled this up, his stats. I've talked about this a lot, Casey, because we've had people, I'm sure you hear it. People, he's a bust. He's not hitting. I've had people come in our chat when I've defended you, and I said, hey, look, guys, you guys don't understand baseball. You would have gotten rid of Matt Chapman. Matt Williams. Matt Williams threw 700 at bats in his big league career. Was hitting 200 in the big leagues with a ton of strikeouts. And then the next year, the guy hits incredible. It was like, I want to say like 36 homers or something like that. And it was just like this fourth year, everything just clicked. And he just, all of a sudden, he became this perennial all-star. And look, I don't know if you've ever looked at his baseball reference, but I've used this a lot.
Yeah, I've seen it. It's good.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Yeah. I mean, you look at his first, 20, he's hitting 188, 205, then he hits 277 with 122 ribbies and 33 homers. Guys, I mean, people just don't understand how hard it is to hit a baseball, and it takes time. And so we are, we're big supporters of you. We think you can be a everyday stalwart for the San Francisco Giants, and best of luck in 25.
Thank you.
And we appreciate you joining us. Hang out just a minute when we close this. I meant to tell you something off air, and so just hang in the green room here. Okay. But we're going to close this down, guys. Thanks, everybody, for watching the show. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button to NorCal Sports Network. Also, go over to Even Year Dynasty, Cody's show with his guys, and they will they put out a great show, Giants content, a lot of minor league stuff as well. So go ahead and subscribe over to Cody's show. Let me see if I got that. I can put that up here. I had it in here. Where is it? Hold on. I had it in here the other night, Cody.
Oh, that's all good.
Anyway.
Most of the people watch both of our channels anyway. So.
Yeah. My producer's not in here, so I can't. I'm not the best at running the chat room. So, all right. So let me find my intro or exit music, And guys, we'll be back tomorrow night with another show. Check out our videos that are out there. And again, we appreciate you supporting the show, being part of it. Check that glove out. That is awesome. I'm jealous, man. I wish I could have an orange and black glove like that. I love the pocket. The pocket's the best.
Yes.
Yeah, I haven't taken it off since I brought it over here.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's a ball player there, guys. Yeah. So anyway, we will see you guys tomorrow night. Thanks again for joining NorCal Sports Network. And comments.
And you muted yourself. There you go.
There we go. All right. Music went on. Let me see if I got any closing comments put up. Jenny Vega comes in. All right. Haven't seen Jenny for a while. Casey, much love. All right. Good to see you, Jenny. All right. And Grand Admiral. Yes, this was nice. Casey is fun. Only infielder. Ben Bamboo says, only infielder know that I love. Okay. All right. Jenny, good to see you here. All right. Well, guys, we are out of here. We will see you guys tomorrow night. Thanks for joining the show. As always, I just got to find my final thing. There we go. Thanks again, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow night.